Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. This is Ahmed Qureshi from Face to Face Art Talk program. Today the guest is, I could claim that he is one of the big name in the industry. He is also one of our teachers, professionally very groomed. We started early together, I think 30 years back, and I think never took return. Both, relationship हमारा रहा और आज हम डॉक्टर शाहिद जिया साहब, वेलकम टू आवर शो.
थैंक यू
फॉर
UMT.
सबसे पहले तो यूएमटी के बारे में बताएं आप, सिंस यू आर एट यूएमटी.
I've been teaching here. It's been a great experience. बड़ा अच्छा लगा. और मीडिया मैनेजमेंट में पढ़ा रहा था to the final year students, and I found the students were very interactive. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue because I had other commitments. लेकिन यहाँ के the air of the education that can be seen among the students outside the building, inside the building, in the grounds, you can see them, having a life that should be like a campus life.
You have an experience of Punjab University. You have an experience, university.
Oh yeah.
You were the founding members of Akhuwat director. You still are. You created these places, including our national outreach program training. So there's a lot of experience with that. And I think lot of students are in the market.
Many.
But you're still young, mashallah.
I think this age factor is the frame of mind. You look at yourself as well. So it's a frame of mind. You either grow old or you grow up. I'm growing up.
Mashallah.
I don't want to, grow old by not contributing to the youngsters.
So how did they start this doctorate MBBS? How did they end up in these institutions?
The typical family. Your family, your parents want you to become either a doctor or an engineer. There is no third option. I ended up becoming a doctor, and then I realized that I discovered that it wasn't very exciting for a person like me who was wanting to be not bogged down into sitting in an office and earning money and looking at patients, and I was more into the outward type, spending my time the way I wanted to. तो मैंने ये फील किया कि ये सारी शाम रात मैं क्लिनिक पे तो उसको when will I spend the money? You can't spend it at 8 o'clock in the morning. You've got to spend it in the evening, and in the evening I can't spend it. So I was not feeling very fresh. I was not gathering any more knowledge. The only knowledge I was getting was from the medical representatives कि ये दवाई है और इसके ये side effects हैं. और फिर conferences होती थी और उसमें कोई इतनी excitement नजर नहीं आती थी. तो there was no room to grow up. There was room to make money, but not enough room to grow up. And that's why then I switched over and started doing my business studies and my MPhil and then my PhD from IBA. Part of which is the thesis part is going on, but I have finished with all that classroom stuff and passed all the comprehensive exams. And that's where my excitement started about, transferring knowledge to students. I can't transfer knowledge to a patient.
Dr. Saab is, I could say philanthropy. I'm going to ask him separately things, philanthropy, CSR, forums, associations, then he was into education. Let's start with your first passion, your first love, education.
Yeah. We started up a college and it was the first.
Ravi and GC?
It was the first and largest campus for Government College University. In 148 years then, they had never ever given affiliation to any college, and I was the person, and I'm grateful to the Vice Chancellor then, and he categorically said, we're not giving it to the college, we're giving this recognition to you, because if you're running it, we're comfortable. So we started it off wonderfully well. We had a great class. We had a 50 student class, and we had a bachelor's program on commerce and economics. And it was wonderful until the time that the other partners and management started realizing that there was money into it, and I was looking at the academics.
So that was which year?
That was probably in 2014.
Initial years of...
2013. So therefore they started another university which then had to close down. You know about the campus from Multan that they started, but I had wanted to keep myself away from it, and eventually what happened was that it closed down. But I kept teaching myself in different capacities. I was the associate dean at one of the campuses in the private sector. But right now, I'm associated with the Punjab University. The reason I've taught from Allama Iqbal Open University to LUMS.
Wow, that's
so I've tried my hand.
Diversification.
It is a great diversity. I was able to see all kinds of students then from.
And you mentioned while just talking, you said that the forums, the association you work with, but it was not from that hard, more than rather than working with students.
Yeah.
I mean, you rather than going into professional trainings or professional conferences.
But there's money in professional training, but I realized you actually cannot train people who are already into the mid careers and they're already middle-aged. They want to change themselves. But the youngsters, you will talk to them and they will understand you and all the youth. And now look at the thing that this choice I did 2 decades ago, but now you know the population is plus 50% is all youth, and they're going to be the future. So the spirit with which I am able to work with them is great because I get a response from them. I don't get a response from the middle-aged people who are already tired of life. So that way, I have work done in the community. I have work done on the entrepreneurial scale, and then I can have them deliver something out of the campus, outside the classroom, because that's very ordinary, teaching in the classroom. I would rather sit with them in the campus and talk to them, sitting on the ground and discussing ideas that can be turned into business or ideas that can be turned into community work that would benefit the population of the country.
And how do you compare yourself with the conventional PhD teachers? Because you are going into PhD now,
yeah.
HEC requirement, but as comparing the curriculum development more into linked with professional corporate world, and comparison to there are a lot of professors, they have not been attached too much to the corporate world, so there is a gap.
Huge gap which is not narrowing at all.
Okay, it's becoming wider.
Oh yeah. We keep talking about academia corporate linkage. The private sector universities are trying their best.
Okay.
But we have to think about the public sector university because that is the main population is there. They're not interested at all. So they will teach the way they want to, and it will not help the student. And since I'm from the corporate world as well, so the problem with the corporate world is that they're not excited with students because they are wanting people with skills of the 21st century. Those skills are missing in the traditional student who is being pushed by their parents to get good grades so that they can get into a job. So when you have an environment where the families pressurize children not to do anything else, no extracurricular activity, just focus on study, instead of a balanced human being, you are creating a robot or a bookworm who will tell you how many commas and full stops there are in the particular chapter. But if you talk about concepts and ask for your opinions, they are blank. That is something that the corporate world does not like. So where is it wrong is maybe changes in the curriculum have to be met, which are not being met very easily, one. The second thing is the grooming of the student. तालीम है, तरबियत नहीं है. डिग्री है, एजुकेशन मिसिंग है, तरबियत मिसिंग है. सो तरबियत के बगैर आपकी डिग्री बेकार है. You need grooming. Now grooming cannot be happening कि एक आप 3 घंटे या 1.5 घंटे का सेशन रख लें और उसका नाम दे दें कि grooming workshop. You don't groom people. You groom people the moment they enter into your campus, and then you train them. This is the sort of clothes that you'll be wearing in the campus. You're not going to wear maybe open sandals. You're not going to wear maybe round neck T-shirts. You're going to wear a proper shirt. You're going to wear a trouser instead of a jean, or you're going to wear a tie, or whatever you want to. You'll have to do it slowly and surely. That is missing. Why is it missing? Because the teachers won't give students time. The teacher will stay there till the time that he is there and will not spend time which is not going to be paid for. تو یہ چیزیں جو ہیں یہ اسٹوڈنٹ کو میچور نہیں کرتی ہیں. They make them self-centered, obsessive with grades, which makes them competitive with the other people, and it is not a healthy competition.
Okay. Why Higher Education Commission expect a lot of PhDs? Their pressure, and why not focus on the professional, hiring professionals for teaching?
You do understand that the thing about the Higher Education Commission started when we had Dr. Atar Rahman. That's when the floodgates were opened for scholarships for people who wanted to do PhDs. So everybody and anybody was doing the PhD. And when we talked about the quality of PhDs, they said that right now we are focusing on the numbers. We're not focusing on the quality. And when I asked, why do you want so many numbers? Because that's how you get recognized abroad. That's how you get recognized کہ اس یونیورسٹی میں اتنے پی ایچ ڈی. سو اٹس اے نمبرز گیم. اور اگر میں وہ ڈگریز یا تھیسز اگر دیکھوں تو ان کے اوپر جو ٹاپکس ہیں از دا ٹپیکل ٹاپک آف if it's a human resource topic is comparison of the behavior of job satisfaction between the listed banks, two listed banks. The next time it will be two different listed banks, then another two different listed banks. جب وہ ختم ہو جائیں گے then you see job comparison, job satisfaction in the textile sector. So then a comparison between XYZ company and XYZ ABC company, and then another two companies, they don't change themselves from quality topics because you don't have that sort of supervision yet. جس میں limitations ہیں کہ آپ کی پی ایچ ڈیز کو کتنے پی ایچ ڈیز سپروائز کر سکتے ہیں. So that part is missing. The curriculum is not there. اور curriculum ایسے ہی ہوگا کیونکہ آپ کے کسی بھی پی ایچ ڈی نے معذرت کے ساتھ, اب میں اپنے آپ کو بھی خیر I can contribute because I wrote my book on finance. I teach finance as well. But کتاب نہیں کسی نے لکھی. تو کتابیں سارے انڈین آتھرس کی یا فورن آتھرس کی پڑھا رہے ہیں. تو یہاں پہ جو بھی ہمارے میرے کولیگز ہیں وہ کیس اسٹڈیز کی بات کرتے ہیں تو وہ they'll talk about IBM and Apple and Nike and Adidas and all the names that they can be, but they never create a local case study like some of our private sector universities in Lahore do a great job making case studies. There are no case studies to teach to the student.
Dr. Sahab, we were discussing we were discussing about that university PhD programs and MS programs. اچھا میڈیکل کالج اب یہ ہو رہا ہے کہ جیسے یو ایم ٹی آپ ہیں سپیریئر, انہوں نے بھی میڈیکل کالج ہاسپٹل, تو کمبینیشن کیسا ہے؟ انجینئرنگ بھی آ گئی ہے, پہلے ہوتا تھا یو ای ٹی انجینئرنگ میڈیکل کالج, اب تو ایک ہی جگہ سب کچھ آ رہا ہے.
دیکھیں ایجوکیشن اب پبلک سے پرائیویٹ میں آ گئی ہے. جب پرائیویٹ میں آتی ہے تو پرائیویٹ جو سیکٹر ہے وہ پیسے کو بھی دیکھتا ہے, پبلک پیسے کو نہیں دیکھتی. اور پبلک میں ذرا لیڈ بیک ہوتا ہے کہ بس ٹھیک ہے یو ای ٹی ہے انجینئرنگ ہے بس ہم نے انجینئرنگ بنانی ہے.
better idea, good idea?
It doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter is because آپ دیکھیں کہ ایک بلڈنگ ہے نا, بلڈنگ میں تو اب ملٹی ٹاسکنگ ہے کہ صبح کچھ ہو رہا ہے وہاں پھر شام کو کچھ ہو رہا ہے. سو ایسے آپ دیکھ لیجیے کہ اسکولز ہیں لوگوں کے, شام کو اکیڈمیز ہیں. تو therefore ہاسپٹلس میں کیا ہے کہ جب آپ کے انڈورز ہیں تو وہ تھوڑی دیر کے بعد 5 سے 7 دیکھیں گے کسی کا بورڈ لگا ہوا ہے, 7 سے 9 کسی کا بورڈ لگا ہوتا ہے آؤٹ پیشنٹ میں. سو دا پرائیویٹ سیکٹر فاؤنڈ آؤٹ کہ ایوری بڈی وانٹس ٹو بیکم این انجینئر اور ڈاکٹر. لیکن ڈاکٹرس کی انٹرسٹنگ چیز یہ ہوئی کہ جب ہاؤسنگ سوسائٹیز بنی تو اس میں کمپلشن آ گئی کہ آپ نے ہاسپٹل بھی بنانا ہے. تو سم گریٹ کنسلٹنٹ گیو دیم این آئیڈیا کہ جناب جب آپ نے ہاسپٹل بنانا ہی ہے تو یہ کمرہ ساتھ بنا لینا اور آپ کا میڈیکل کالج شروع ہو جائے گا. سو یو ہیو آل ہاؤسنگ سوسائٹی
500 بیڈز اور ریکوائرمنٹس کافی بدل
وہ بن جاتی ہیں. دیکھیے 500 بیڈ جب آپ کو ایک بیچ آپ کا آ جائے جس میں ایک بیچ کی فیس آپ کو 1 سال کی آپ کو پتا کتنی فیس ہوتی ہے, تو گرے اسٹرکچر اور یہ سارا کریڈٹ پہ چل رہا ہوتا ہے, وہ کیش پہ کہاں چل رہا ہوتا ہے. اینڈ دین یو کین گیٹ فائنانسنگ فرام دا بینکس. It's not a big deal.
اچھا ڈاکٹر صاحب بینکنگ سے آپ نے بینکنگ کا ذکر کیا. You MBBS doctor, you started with stock exchange, Punjab Bank. I think you met there for I think first second time or
it's actually I can give you my example that people get stuck with the degrees.
Okay.
کہ میں نے یہ ڈگری کر لی, یہ پولیٹیکل سائنس کی تو میں پولیٹیکل سائنس پڑھاؤں گا, یا میں نے انجینئرنگ کر لی تو میں انجینئرنگ. It's not like that. It's the limitations of your mind and your brain कि जी मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता. I never let that happen to me. I had my interest in the capital markets, the stock market. और ये बात कर रहा हूँ मैं 80s की, early 80s की, जब लोगों को इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं, पता भी नहीं था. अब तो फिर भी चूंकि टीवी है तो लोगों को पता चल रहा है कि ये स्टॉक मार्केट है. उस वक्त nobody had a clue what this was all about. So that's when I started learning, self-learning, because there were no colleges or universities who would teach you stock market, या investment portfolio management. लम्स वगैरह भी अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ होता है, LSE भी नहीं शुरू होता, was just the public sector. But I started learning about the stock market, going to people, going to chartered accountants, going to other financial people, studying balance sheets, and then started slowly investing. और वो interest इतना develop हुआ, and then eventually people realized that I was really, really good at, financial analysis, and then I was asked to do analysis for organizations, and then, tell them to people what to buy and what to sell, and then I ended up ended up in the Lahore Stock Exchange as the head of the training institution. I set up a training institute, the only training institute in Pakistan, focused on training the traders and investors and brokers, जो अब बाद में Pakistan Institute of Capital Markets अब बना है, as run by the government. So that interest and passion took me so much that I started writing about investments, started delivering lectures on investments, and that slowly, from there, people noticed things happening, and I got this opportunity then to go from the Lahore Stock Exchange, and I was heading so many sectors. I was heading marketing, HR, and investor education, and the institute, and then where you met me, I shifted over to the Bank of Punjab. And fortunately for me, I started my journey as a senior vice president at the Bank of Punjab, and the initial appointment was being head of the investment banking group.
माशाल्लाह, कितने साल पहले की बात है ये?
But this was from the 80s and 90s, and then it goes on and on and on, and then keeps shifting. But I've always had a great time wherever I've worked, and I've really enjoyed.
But you have seen many institutions grow, like UCP is one of the examples,
Exactly.
UMP is one of the other.
I was with UCP when it was on
names
the...
and lot of names.
So I've been with UCP when it was on the canal.
Canal, Dr. I remember Dr. Siddiq. I remember
I was there.
Dr. Saklan.
Dr. Saklan was there. And then the UMT is the same thing. It was in the Garden Town area as well, and then it's come here. So I've been with a lot of organizations. Even if there was... Now it's not so exciting, but Imperial College was on Zafar Ali Road.
Definitely, one of the very big names.
Very big names. So I was with it as well. So I've seen good times with good institutions, but I've then moved on to enjoy, just keep myself
How did
happy.
you end up at Marketing Association of Pakistan and Marcon Karati? I think the people who are listening, one of the finest and largest event.
It's a marketing association of Pakistan, keep in mind.
Okay.
Marketing association
of Pakistan.
Now, I'm a finance person.
Okay.
But then again, I was fortunate that people there in the marketing association recognized my potential, and they offered me to contest the elections. I contested the election, won the election, and then on my first entry, I became the joint secretary of the Marketing Association of Pakistan. And that was the time that we were able to, hold the marketing conference. Oh, it's a huge event in Pakistan.
Talking to all the Unilever and all the big names.
It's a great opportunity. So I'm happy that I've had my hands in marketing and HR and finance, all at the topmost levels. And then, but I really liked the part that was teaching. I really didn't use my medical degree, except for the fact that I, for a little while, was the director of clinical governance at the Punjab Healthcare Commission. But it's difficult for me to sit in an office and work. I would rather be moving around and enjoying my life.
Dr. Saab is one of the examples that the sky is the limit. Nobody has to focus on mindset कि एक ही चीज की है बस उसी के आगे जाने. Although there are people like Dr. Saab as well as those who decide to do certain things which are very beyond that larger bigger picture. And now come the part which is very close to your heart, something which you think that the market, the Akhuwat came because of the market or lower income? What was the idea behind Dr. Khwaja Amjad Saqib?
Dr. Muhammad Amjad Saqib, interestingly, is a medical graduate from King Edward Medical College.
Okay.
And then he went on to become a civil servant, appeared in the competitive exam and did well, and then he was appointed in the DMG group. Now, to be appointed in the DMG group, being assistant commissioner and deputy commissioner, that's what life is all about in Pakistan. But it is an amazing thing that he left all that at the peak of his career. And there were people who didn't agree to his decision. And there were people who encouraged him with the decision. But he saw a lot of cities, and then he saw the real people. And they realized it's different than Lahore, or different than Faisalabad. All the smaller cities, they're living in the absolute 360-degree different side. That's when he decided that he'd do something that would be beneficial for the general public instead of, taking all the glory and having your own positions. تو 2001 میں کچھ دوست اکٹھے ہوئے ڈاکٹر امجد ثاقب صاحب کے ساتھ، سلیم رانجھا صاحب، کامران شم صاحب، اظہار ہاشمی صاحب، ہمایوں احسان صاحب. اور انہوں نے پلان کیا کہ ہم پبلک کے لیے کچھ کریں. تو ایک دوست نے اس میں 10,000 روپیہ. تو ایک دفعہ ایک خاتون آئی تھی ڈاکٹر صاحب کے پاس اور انہوں نے کہا کہ جی مجھے ہیلپ چاہیے. انہوں نے پوچھا کس لیے ہیلپ چاہیے؟ انہوں نے کہا جی میں اس طرح کچھ کام کرنا چاہتی ہوں کہ میں اپنے گھر بار کو چلا سکوں. انہوں نے پوچھا کیا کرنا ہے؟ انہوں نے کہا جی میں چاہتی ہوں کہ مجھے کوئی سلائی کی مشین لے دے یا 2 سلائی کی مشینیں لے دیں، میں سلائی کڑھائی کا کام کروں اور پھر میں اپنا گزارا کروں. تو وہ جو 10,000 روپے ان کو ملے امجد ثاقب صاحب کو دوست نے دیے، تو وہ انہوں نے اس خاتون کو دے دیے کہ آپ یہ لے لو 10,000 روپیہ اور اپنا کام کر لیں. وہ 3 مہینے کے بعد واپس آ گئی اور وہ 10,000 روپیہ بھی لے آئی اور انہوں نے کہا کہ جی یہ 10,000 روپے جو آپ نے دیا تھا یہ آپ کو میں دینے آئی ہوں، لیکن آپ سے یہ ریکویسٹ ہے کہ یہ 10,000 آپ اپنے پاس واپس نہ لیں اور کسی کو دے دیں تاکہ اس کا کام ہو جائے. تو وہاں سے ان کو یہ خیال آیا کہ چلیں پھر اگر ایسے اچھی بات ہے، کیونکہ اس کے اوپر انہوں نے کوئی سود تو لیا نہیں، 10,000 دیا تھا 10,000 اور بھول گئے، لیکن ان کو یہ نہیں خیال تھا کہ یہ واپس آ جائیں گے. جب واپس آئے تو دے ریئلائز کہ یہ ایکسپیریمنٹ کر کے دیکھا جا سکتا ہے. سو انہوں نے کنٹینیو کیا. اینڈ دین دے ریئلائزڈ کہ ایون وداؤٹ اے کولیٹرل، کہ کوئی گارنٹی زبانی، پھر بھی لوگ پیسے واپس دے رہے ہیں. اور جو بھی پیسے واپس دے رہا ہے وہ بتا رہا ہے کہ جی الحمدللہ ہمیں اب پیسوں کی ضرورت نہیں ہوتی، ہم کما کے کھا سکتے.
لیکن اس میں زیادہ تر چھوٹی رقم والے،
بہت چھوٹی
رقم.
اب بھی ہم مائکرو بلکہ مائکرو کی بجائے آپ نینو کہہ لیں تو اور بھی اچھا، 10-15 ہزار کی بات ہو رہی ہے، 10-15 ہزار روپے تک. سو اس میں وہ لوگ جو محنت کش ہیں، تو یہ لون کرتے کرتے 2001 میں یہ 10,000 روپیہ تھا. آج میں آپ کے ساتھ یہاں بیٹھا ہوں، 17 سال ہو گئے اور ہم بات اب جو کر رہے ہیں وہ 52 ارب روپے کی کر رہے ہیں. 52 ارب روپیہ از 520 ملین روپیز.
اور یہ سب لوگوں نے دیا،
یہ لوگوں نے دیا. اٹس لائک 50 ملین US ڈالرز. یہ ملک سے کہنے کی بات ہے.
باہر سے بھی کافی پاکستانیز ہیں.
Individuals. We are not talking about governments, countries, کہ foreign aid آ رہی ہے. No. It's individuals. پاکستانی expatriates.
اس کو آپ دیکھتے ہیں اور اس کے ساتھ ٹیم ہے.
دیکھتے ڈاکٹر محمد امجد ثاقب صاحب ہیں and his board of directors.
نہیں، لیکن اس کے نیچے انفراسٹرکچر ٹیم ہے.
جی بالکل ہے. I am looking after, I've been with the Akhuwat for ages now, as long as I can remember, with Dr. Saab as a volunteer for them. Now I've been looking after a great project. It's not a project, it's a proper organization under Akhuwat called the Akhuwat Institute of Social Enterprise and Management.
ہاں وہ پورا انسٹیٹیوٹ. تو وہاں پہ جو بچے پڑھنے آتے ہیں, do they have to pay salary?
All right, no, not really.
Okay.
We don't charge the students for the work they do. It's voluntary on their part if you want to give a donation, if they want to.
And there is a HEC recognized university that is?
Well, those are separate entities. उसमें हमारे पास ये इंस्टीट्यूट है जहाँ हम कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट सिखाते हैं, लीडरशिप सिखाते हैं to students from UMT and LUMS and CANAID and government, you name it. In fact, students come from as far as Kirit College, Hassan Abdal. They stay with us. It's a residential facility. People from Gilgit, Baltistan, Karakoram International, they come and stay with us. People from IBA Karachi come and stay with us. And IBA Sakharat people
come and they do internships as
well. They do internships.
My son was one of the students, but then he left.
Yeah, he had to go. I remember he had to go outside
America. But I think he was you had one of the finest internship programs.
No doubt. I think there's no parallel to our internship.
Definitely.
Where you teach.
Organized too much.
Oh yes. They're taught what humanity is, what humility is, what empathy is, what compassion is. That's missing from our daily lives. That is what a student is exposed to, and we are for sure कि हमें families से phone आते हैं कि their child is transformed.
अच्छा डॉक्टर साहब अब नेक्स्ट द मोर थिंग्स आई थिंक वी हैव डिस्कस ब्रीफली टाइम आपके पास ज़रा शॉर्ट है हमारे पास बट द मोस्ट अदर थिंग इज जो पाकिस्तान है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स आप कैसे देखते हैं जैसे अभी आप टर्की की बात बता रहे थे क्या एक्सपीरियंसेस आपके हैं CPAC के क्या एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं आप क्या समझते हैं पाकिस्तान
Turkey is fortunately one of the countries who really loves Pakistan. You tell them you're from Pakistan and they're all...
They have a lot of respect. We have a lot of respect. It's not like you are at GFP.
Not at all. They love you. They respect you because they think you are the country, the Muslim country with the nuclear power, and you are the actual, the flag bearer of the Muslim community.
And we won that, their loyalty and their friendship, but we are not able to win like other Arab countries. They really respect us. Arabs, they're just money. You know?
Yeah, but then you must appreciate that they are being controlled by Western interests. So they have to follow the line of the people who are making them, if the foreign countries are fighting their wars, they're letting their kingdoms stay in place. So naturally they have to toe their line. That is a separate thing that's happening. But what we can do is, from our acts, and Akhuwat is such an act, that they can realize that it's not about terror, it's about, look at this organization that is talking about compassion. People talk about the Grameen Bank, but we are something very different. Akhuwat is probably the world's largest Islamic microfinance, not-for-profit organization. And that is where I came in as representing Akhuwat and the country in Turkey, in Islamabad, talking to people from 40 different countries on Islamic microfinance. And they are so very excited about Akhuwat and the Akhuwat model. So much so that this model is being taught in Harvard and Cambridge.
Wow.
And we get requests from countries like Philippines and Malaysia and Indonesia, and Akhuwat goes there to give them the suggestion that they want to adopt this model.
But is this one-man show, or do you have teams?
No. Actually, this is something very important something that is very close to Dr. Mohammed Amjad's heart is the succession planning. I am looking after the succession planning. So there is this board, but Dr. Amjad feels that the board is of the same age group. And what will happen to this organization once we are not here? I won't be here, you won't be here, you won't be here. So we decided that we need to have the next generation who would have the same spirit that we have, and then they would feel the muakhat of the environment कि succession planning में वो बच्चे ऊपर आ सकें slowly. So the internship program, the fellowship program, the leadership program is just that. So this social entrepreneurial community development program and the social immersion program is based on the fact that these children, some of them will, stay with the Akhuwat and work on the lines that have been made by our religion, by Muakhat, and then Dr. Amjad Saqib into bringing it into the next generation and on. That is why we've got schools. We've got around 300 schools.
Wow, 300.
We have got 300 schools. We've got a cadet college campus in Lahore, Kamaha. It's all free. We have Hindus, we have Sikhs, we have Muslims, we have Christians studying right now. It's in Kamaha village,
Kamaha.
And it's a residential facility. We got staff from Razmak who are training them. It's a residential staff. So we take in 100 students from all over, from Loralai to Gilgit, from Sukardu, and they are getting the trainings.
ये डॉक्टर साहब ने जो जैसे बैगर्स होते हैं या पीपल हु आर फ्रॉम वेरी लोअर इनको को प्रमोट करने की कोशिश की कि ये काम छोड़ दें सड़कों पे आ जाते हैं।
पर आप ये देखिए कि अगर 10-15 हज़ार रुपया दे रहे हैं तो तकरीबन ऐसे ही लोगों के पास जा रहे हैं जी कि उनको वो कोई रेडी लगा ली, कोई ठेला लगा लिया, कोई देग बना ली, कोई चावल पका लिए, ये बेच लिए। तो ये लेवल तो वही है। लेकिन इससे बढ़ के आपकी बात को आगे बढ़ाता हूँ। आपने बात की बेगर की, मैं बात करता हूँ हमारा मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट कंपोनेंट है, दैट्स द ट्रांसजेंडर। Akhuwat is perhaps the only organization that is looking after the transgender. So we did a research and found out and verified by the government that there are 10,000 transgenders in Pakistan. 6,000 of them are in Punjab. We are based in Lahore. So we've got as many as we can register, and we're focusing on the transgender who's 50 plus years of age and unable to do the traditional things like dancing or going on to the traffic signals and asking for money. So we are looking after them. We give them stipend every month. We give them, we share lunch with them every month. Every month we have free medical camp for them. We give them free medicines. We have them tested for HIVs and all the other dreadful diseases. And we found out a lot of them are suffering from these ailments. And we give them medicines for this. Nobody is doing this. The government is not doing it. Nobody is doing it. We are doing it here and in Surgoda. We've got a place in Surgoda as well called Fountain of Surgoda, and we're looking after the psychiatric patients here as well and the transgender as well. We rehabilitate them and give them, encourage them, give them jobs in Akhuwat.
So follow-up strategy क्या होती है? Let's say you are into so many cities. I think
702 cities.
702 cities और
we've got offices in 702 cities.
Rural छोटे शहर भी होंगे.
सब शहर हैं from we're as near as Punjab and as near as the Arabian Sea.
You must have a team of follow-up and management.
Thousands of employees.
And they are on the payroll.
Oh yeah, and then we've got a proper organogram and where you have the branch manager and then we have the regional area manager and the regional manager and then they end up coming to the head office, and then you have the CFO and the CEO, and we've got audit. We are audited by the top 3 audit companies in Pakistan, and we've never had a qualification for any kind because everything is transparent for anybody to see.
And the patron chief is the president of Pakistan?
The patron, we don't have a patron.
You don't have
the people are the patrons. The people are the patrons.
But the board is governance is
the chairman is the chairman and the executive director is Dr. Mohammed Amjad Saqib, and then we have a board of directors in which you have Dr. Kamran Shams and Dr. Izhar and Salim Raja Sahib and Humayun Hassan Sahib and so many others.
But they may, like with the passage of time, like places like UMT, other UCP, other places, they have also welcomed these change and they want to be part of it. Akhuwat.
UMT is part with Akhuwat in a way that we have proper programs coming in from UMT. And the entire class we have got a batch, we always have batches of 25 to 30 students. So entire batch of UMT or entire batch of Beacon House, entire batch of Cadet College, they come and have this specialized trainings.
But this is just for your focus is not like Al Khidmat Foundation or ED Trust is different. It's just focus on studies and jobs.
No. We are talking about community development. We're talking about social service.
Somebody wants to start some business.
We do that as well. But then we have the entrepreneurial incubations. So that is a different thing then. Since we're doing so many different things, so we got projects for different kinds. Yes, but we talk about social entrepreneurship.
But Dr. Saab, why volunteer? You say you work volunteer. You are not full time working there as one of the employees or one of
There
the
are
employees?
employees as well. There are employees as well. It's not that you cannot. The board of directors are all volunteer. They don't spend any money from no transport, no nothing. The board of directors all voluntary.
Okay.
And that's the spirit. But the rest of the staff is all paid competitively. Naturally, they've got families to look after. How much volunteer work can somebody do? So if you got around 3,500 to 4,000 employees working there, but anybody who's working in Akhuwat cannot be working for money. It has to have that spirit to be associated. But it's so respectful, it's so honorable to be associated with the name that all you need to do is take the name of Akhuwat and doors open. The respect is there.
We are with Dr. Shahid Zia. I think time khatam ho gaya. Or within last few minutes, Dr. Sahab, what we try to capture a lot of his history background, from the finance background, medicine background, and starting his career, and then we talk about things which were interesting about how to bridge gap, reduce that industry academia gap. That is also very important. He said a lot of stuff about that. And later on we discuss about the Akhuwat part, the entrepreneurial part. Sir, آپ یونیورسٹی سے اس سے بھی ہیں, میسج کیا دینا چاہیں گے اسٹوڈنٹس کو؟
سر میں اسٹوڈنٹس کو نہیں میسج دینا چاہ رہا, میں اسٹوڈنٹس کے پیرنٹس کو میسج دے رہا ہوں.
ضروری ہے, دونوں کو دینا چاہیے.
ان کو کہہ رہا ہوں کہ خدا کا واسطہ ہے پریشرز نہ ڈالیں بچوں پہ.
یونیورسٹی سے ڈالتا ہے, ہم تو
نہیں ڈالتا. یونیورسٹی کو مجبور دیکھیں, یہ ٹرائنگل ہے, پیرنٹس, یونیورسٹی اینڈ دی چائلڈ. یونیورسٹی بھی اسٹوڈنٹ پہ پریشر ڈالتا ہے, پیرنٹس بھی اسٹوڈنٹ پہ. اور جو سب سے بڑی ہے وہ مقابلے بازی ہے کہ پھپھی کا بچہ, ممی کا بچہ, اس نے اتنے نمبر لیے, تم کیوں نہیں لے سکتے؟ واٹ کائنڈ آف کمپیریزن از دس؟ ایوری ہیومن بینگ از این انڈیویجول. بس دس سوسائٹیل پریشرز ٹو ایکسل از ڈسٹرائنگ دی یوتھ into doing stuff that they don't want to. You don't want to become an engineer, you're being forced to become it. How will you love your life جب آپ کو پسند ہی نہیں ہے؟ تو پیرنٹس سے ریکویسٹ ہے بس میری کہ وہ کوئی رحم کریں بچوں پہ. یہ 4 GPA کی جان چھوڑ دیں, ان کو انسان بنائیں, ان کی گرومنگ کروائیں, ہونے دیں ان کی گرومنگ, ان کو ڈسکور کرنے دیں اپنے آپ کو, بجائے اس کے کہ 4 GPA لے گیا اور اس کے بعد کرنا کیا, نوکری دلوانی. جب آپ کے 4 GPA تو آپ کو اگر نوکری کرنی ہے تو معذرت کے ساتھ میں کہہ نہیں سکتا اس وقت, اگر وہ اتنا انٹیلیجنٹ ہے اپنا کام کرے. Why can't they do their own stuff? Why? Because the parents want job security. کہ نوکری مل جائے, گورنمنٹ جاب مل جائے تو بدئی اور آ جائے گا, کام بھی نہیں کرنا پڑے گا, ساری زندگی کی نوکری. بٹ it's the parents who have the role to play کہ بھئی ہمت کرو, کچھ کر لو, اپنا جابز نہیں ملنی.
تو ڈاکٹر صاحب یہ جو ساتھ میں فیکلٹی ریسورس, ان کے لیے بھی کوئی میسج ہو جو پڑھاتے ہیں, وہی کتابیں ہیں؟
ہر فیکلٹی کو یہ ریکویسٹ ہے, بہت سارے سینئر ہیں کہ سر ایک اگر آپ چیز پڑھائی جا رہے ہو اور آپ کہہ رہے ہو میرا 30 سال کا تجربہ ہے, تو معذرت کے ساتھ ان کو 30 سال کا تجربہ نہیں ہے, ان کا 1 سال کا تجربہ ہے جو 30 سال سے دہرا رہے ہیں. کیونکہ کتاب انہوں نے نہیں بدلی, انہوں نے کتاب لکھی نہیں ہے, انہوں نے کہیں باہر نکل کے کوئی مشاہدہ نہیں کیا کہ بھئی ہو کیا رہا ہے لاہور شہر میں یا پاکستان میں, تو میں کوئی کیس اسٹڈی لکھوں. کوئی انگلش کی کیس اسٹڈیاں پڑھائی جا رہی ہیں, ڈالروں میں باتیں ہو رہی ہیں, بچے کو وہ نہ ڈالر نظر آنے ہیں نہ وہ ان کو IBM نظر آنا ہے, پاکستان کا ان کو پتہ نہیں ہے. تو ہم باتیں کریں کتابی جس کا کوئی فائدہ نہیں. آپ پڑھا دیں باہر کی کتابیں, لیکن پاکستان کے ریفرنسز تو دیں, نشاط کی ریفرنس دیں, کوئی اور جو سکسیس سٹوریز ہیں, نرالا ہے, سکسیس ہے یا فیلئر ہے, ان کی بات کریں. ہم کیے جا رہے ہیں باتیں باہر کی, یہ ان کو ٹیچرز کو میسج ہے کہ کچھ لوکل پڑھا لیا کریں, کچھ نہیں ہوتا.
ڈاکٹر صاحب کا بہت شکریہ, آج ٹائم دیا انہوں نے, اور بڑی دنوں سے تھا کہ ان سے ٹائم لینا ہے اور بزی تھے بہت. اور ڈاکٹر صاحب بہت شکریہ, اپنی صحت کا خیال رکھیں, اور انشاءاللہ آپ کے ساتھ مزید پروگرام کرتے رہیں گے.
تھینک یو,
اور ہم سیکھتے رہیں گے, اور آئندہ آپ کے میرے خیال کسی نے قوت بھی آ کے
موسٹ ویلکم, ویری مچ, گاڈ بلیس یو.
تھینک یو.